Argali, or mountain sheep, are artiodactyl mammals of the Bovidae family. Unlike their neighbors, mountain goats, lovers of steep cliffs, Argali prefer open spaces, steep slopes of mountains and foothills, rocky ravines overgrown with bushes and valleys with rocky hills and alpine meadows. Karatau State Nature Reserve. Kazakhstan is home to 3 subspecies of Argali: North Kazakhstan, Tian Shan, and Karatau. Karatau Argali is a wild ancestor of the fat-tailed sheep. The animals have been scientifically described by world-renowned scholar of the Tian Shan, Nicholas Servitsov, back in 1873. That was a time when thousands of mountain sheep grazed the slopes of the Sirdarya Karatau. In the 21st century, the International Union for Conservation of Nature registered the Karatau Argali in the Red List, which constitutes the highest category of endangered species. Fortunately, the creation of the State Nature Reserve in the central part of the Karatau Ridge in the spring of 2004 has helped to save these wild sheep from total destruction. At the time of formation of the reserve, scientific staff recorded only 33 mountain sheep in Karatau. There are about 300 Argali grazing here today. The Karatau Nature Reserve has become home to 20 other species of wild mammals, as well as many species of rodents, reptiles, birds, and countless species of insects. These mountains are located on the watershed of basins of Sirdarya and Chu-Talas rivers. One of the oldest mountains on Earth, they rose from the bottom of the sea millions of years ago. The Karatau Ridge is a spur of the northwestern Tian Shan bordering the deserts Muyunkum, Kızılkum, and Betpakdala. This geographical position of the Karatau formed its unique vegetation. This specific part of Kazakhstan boasts the largest number of endemic and rare plant species. The need to protect the unique flora and fauna of Karatau has been discussed by Kazakhstani botanists and zoologists since the mid-70s of last century. For decades, uncontrolled grazing was conducted in the area. Poaching, illegal logging, and expensive picking of wild fruits and berries were rampant. Many species have already vanished off the face of these mountains: the Tian Shan bear, Turkestan lynx, and snow leopard. But now that human pressure on nature has decreased, many of Karatau's native inhabitants have returned home, and the gorges and mountain slopes begin to assume their natural appearance.
Созданием заповедника вот в течение 8 лет уже те, которые были утеряны или...
With the creation of the reserve, for 8 years we have been restoring many endangered plant species by means of natural reproduction. Prior to the establishment of the reserve, there was a road stretching along this gorge. Thousands of sheep grazed here. Now look, in 8 years the ecosystem is recovered. You can't even see the road anymore. Our goal is to help nature to restore the ecosystem in a natural way.
Вообще его как будто не было. Наша основная цель – это действительно помогать природе, восстановить естественным путем экосистему.
The Bayildir Gorge is located at an altitude of 800 meters above sea level. At every step here, one can see medicinal herbs, endemic shrubs, and wild flowers. This is dividend cinquefoil. In traditional medicine, cinquefoil is used to treat inflammation of the mucous membranes of the mouth and many other infectious diseases. The branches of the red books Pyrrhus rigeli are heavy with fruits. Pyrrhus rigeli is the parent of all modern varieties of pears. And this is the endemic of the Karatau, Astragalus ciaversianus. This plant is used as a medicine to treat hypertension, angina, and chronic cardiovascular disease. There are wild onions growing among the herbs. And this is wild carrots. It is hot in the Bayildir Valley in summer, but there is a river nearby where one can rest on its banks in the shadow of the Sogdian ashes. The water in the Bayildir River is safe to drink. This is pure spring water. Clear mountain rivers of the Karatau Nature Reserve are filled with highly mobile and very cautious marinka. Marinka, karabalik in Kazakh, is a fish of the Cyprinidae family. Marinka are omnivorous fish. All grasshoppers, beetles, and butterflies must be cautious near the water, lest they be attacked by ferocious marinka. There is a variety of flowers and butterflies here. They are everywhere. Butterflies fly in the canyons and in the wind-swept plateau. Climbing the mountains is not easy, but it is important to bring a good camera. The photos will be great. As we ascend higher into the mountains, the vegetation becomes lower and more drought resistant. At an altitude of over 1,500 meters, among the rocks you can find whole meadows of Erimulus lactiflorus. This endemic of Karatau often grows interspersed with the red books Albert tulips and Greg tulips. What a pity that the age of these xerophytes is so short. In only 4 weeks, these drought-resistant xerophyte plants will grow, bloom, and make seeds which will remain dormant until the next wet spring. On the stony and mobile place grows the Karatau onion. Its bulbs are poisonous, but Argali like to dig them out with their hooves and eat during the rut. They conceal a certain secret. One could walk around the Karatau Reserve from dawn till dusk, discovering new plants and enjoying the unique scenery.